In response to the attempted override of the FDA's approval of the abortion medicine mifepristone, the Women's March Foundation organized a protest in downtown LA advocating for reproductive rights. With a turnout of over 200 women, men, and even children, they filled the streets with chants, dances, and the outcries of a suffering community.
Every 10 seconds, a woman is beaten.
Women are sitting on top of all of this fury. What it means to be a woman in this society, from being degraded and dehumanized, beaten, assaulted by people that are supposed to be their most intimate lovers, even raped, murdered. And all of this, the fury of women has to be unleashed, right?
The march on April 15th from Pershing Square to LA City Hall was to stand against the ruling from U.S. District Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk, which would make the most common abortion pill in the United States impossible to obtain, even in safe haven states like California. However, this ruling was nothing new to protesters like Cheryl Younger, who has been advocating for fundamental rights for 50 years.
I want to have the ability to control my body. I want my children to have that ability and my grandchildren. And they don't have it today. They don't. We've got to stand up. We've got to do something. And I'll stand up to the day I die because it's important.
On the steps of City Hall, several political figures, including LA Mayor Karen Bass and Planned Parenthood nurse practitioner Kara James, addressed what they believe are the nation's most recent injustices. California Representative Judy Chu reintroduced her Women's Health Protection Act, which she says will guarantee everyone in the nation the right to have an abortion.
And I will not stop fighting until abortion rights are accessible to every person in this country.
Making a guest appearance at the Women's March was Vice President of the United States Kamala Harris, accompanied by her husband and former CSUN alumni, Second Gentleman Douglas Emhoff.
Around our country, supposed so-called extremist leaders who would dare to silence the voices of the people.
Harris spoke out against the U.S. Supreme Court overruling Roe v. Wade and called the audience to action in order to protect their ideals.
Because I fundamentally believe that you can gauge the strength of a democracy based on the strength of women in that democracy. When you attack the rights of women in America, you are attacking America.
The vice president's message resonated and reflected the ideals of some in the audience. Shani Abadi believes that as a millennial, it is her job to help guide the newest generation in advocating for what they stand for.
The youth are supposed to be leading this movement as they have led every other movement in history. This country also is telling them that they do not know how to advocate for their own rights. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what is just, what is right, and what is not.
Only through unity is how Vice President Harris says the community can fight the injustices happening around the nation. She says that people from around the world have their eyes on the United States and how the country's action could be the example of what sparks a global movement.
We are strong when we understand that you gotta know what you stand for to know what to fight for, and we stand for our democracy, and we stand for foundational and fundamental principles that have everything to do with freedom, liberty, and equality for all people. Thank you, LA.